Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2020. And we move on to the... Oh. Anyway, as you can see from our facilities, still looking fantastic. We've got Spec 3 for our durability department and Spec 2 for everything else. And in the vehicle performance comparison chart, you can see we are just below Renault, but pretty much getting into the middle of the field at the moment now for our quarter of a potato McLaren. So now it's time to move on to Russia for the Sochi Autodrome for the next Grand Prix. Anyway, practice has been completed. Some more lovely resource points to add to our collection. 1,970. Fantastic. So here we are in Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, and can I just say that I really like this circuit, and I'm very sad that it will no longer be on the calendar. And even more sadder is the fact that we probably won't have a Grand Prix in Russia for another 50, maybe even 100, maybe even never again will we have a Grand Prix in Russia. Okay, at the moment then you can see from the qualifying we have made it right up into the sharp end of the qualifying, up to 7th place at the moment, slightly down on our delta zone. Are we going to improve that? Slightly. We come out the final corner. Are we going to improve on 7th place? Because yes we do, just beyond our teammate Lando Norris in 6th position. Fantastic. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to almost the end of qualifying. We are half a second up on our deltas. We are still in 6th place at the moment, behind our own teammate Lando Norris. We've got our fastest sector time for sector 1. So can we now overtake Lando Norris, our own teammate, and get up into maybe 5th position? It's about to find out as we cross the line. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. 3rd place for the Hookster, just behind the Mercedes duo of Hamilton and Vettel. I cannot believe it. But yes. Anyway, that is it then. Qualifying is now over. We've dropped back down to 5th place, unfortunately, but still a pretty decent qualifying, you have to say, at Russia as we cross the line. Is it going to stay in 5th place though? Is it going to drop down? Let's have a look. Oh, it stays in 5th position. This should be a fantastic Grand Prix then at Russia. Wowzers. So there you go then. 1st for Lulu, 2nd for Sebastian Vettel, 5th for us, and only 8th for Lando Norris. What a loser. Okay then. Let's do this.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. It's full throttle for around 56% of the lap here at the Sochi Autodrome, a 3.6-mile run around the site of the 2014 Winter Olympics. 12 right turns and 6 left turns give us a total count of 18, with passing opportunities available into turns 1 and 13. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Now, can I talk to you about Sebastian Vettel? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, the captain, and Leclerc, Perez, Norris, Albon, and Lance Stroll, Bottas, Raikkonen, Esteban Ocon, and Gasly, Russell, Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, and Nick de Vries. Giovinazzi and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the All Seasons clear mode. And we say go, go, go. And it's away we go from 5th place. Wow, look at that rocket ship start from the line. We've already got past the Ferrari. We're going for a move down inside of Vettel. Oh, squeeze. Very squeezed there. But we managed to get past Vettel as well. And what about Lulu? Are we going to try if we can get past him into the next turn? I think we are. Oh, bloody hell. We've done it, lads. We've done it. Up. Oh, Hamilton's fighting back though. Hamilton's got past him. He's re-overtaken the lead, as you can see, as we're going to go to the next turn. Oh, this is going to get very dicey. Very dicey indeed. But well. We're going to sneak it down the inside. Yes, we do. Any contact? No contact. In fact, a very, very clean move there from Hookster. Up into the lead. Up into the lead of this Grand Prix at Sochi. I said I like this circuit, and there's the proof in the pudding. Up into the lead of the Grand Prix after just a few corners. We've got both the Mercedes duo chasing us. Hamilton's the car ahead of Vettel at the moment. He's half a second, just over half a second behind us, and Vettel is a few tenths behind Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo in fourth place. Look at this. But how long can we hold on to this lead? Of course, this is not the fastest car by any stretch of the imagination. The Mercedes duo are right up there. But at the moment, with no DRS, of course, you can see that they're not actually catching us, which is great news. In fact, we are gaining a little bit of a gap out towards both those Mercedes cars, but of course they will catch up a little bit later into this Grand Prix. So we're about to complete the first lap then. Still in the lead for Hookster. Almost a second now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And Vettel is dropping back a little bit. He's dropped 4 tenths. He's now down to 1.1 seconds. Look at this. As we now come around the final corners for the first lap at the Sochi Autodroma in Russia. And of course we get the fastest lap as we go into lap 2 of this Grand Prix. As we accelerate forward out to lap 3, you can see we're still in the lead. The gap now to Hamilton is less than half a second, but he still hasn't managed to get past us at the moment. Vettel's still up. He's Jack Jones, and Ricciardo's in 4th place, the Honey Badger, and Verstappen is in 5th position at the moment in the Ferrari car. As we accelerate forward out to lap 5, just going past the pits. As you can see, no one has come in for a pit stop yet. We are still holding on to 1st place. Hamilton seems to not be able to get past us at the moment. He's sort of averaging out a gap of about half a second to us. As we accelerate forward now to lap 6 of the Grand Prix, into lap 8 in fact, and you can see that we are still holding on to the lead, but the gap is getting very, very small now, very, very small indeed. And I think cars are going to come in. Yes, the first of the Mercedes duo are going to come in for their pit stop. Just saw in the background there. There it goes. I think that's possibly Lulu. I'm not quite sure. Is that Lulu behind us? We'll find out in a minute. It was in fact Lulu. So Sebastian Vettel has decided to go for another lap. Yes, they pit very, very late, I noticed, at Sochi. As we accelerate forward to lap 9, and we come in for our own pit stop, and Sebastian Vettel has come in directly behind us, as you can see. So let's see if we can get... I'm not quite sure where our pit is in comparison to Sebastian Vettel's Mercedes. Are they in front or are they behind? I think that was that then behind. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we change on to the... Oh, there's a Renault coming in front of us. Oh, slight hold. Not too bad though. 2.7 seconds for the lads there. There's just a tiny little hole. It's not too bad. Now we're going to rejoin at the moment. We're in 4th position. Any more cars coming down? Oh, there's lots of cars. And there's Vettel. No, he's coming out of the pits behind us. In fact, Vettel is. But it's Hamilton then. Hamilton is going to go past us. Has he got past? I'm not quite sure. No, he hasn't. And we've managed to come out in front of Lewis Hamilton in 4th position on lap 10. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 10, just about to start lap 11, just going past the pits. And amazingly, there's only a few more laps to go, but cars are still coming in for their first and only pit stop. Yes, unbelievable scenes. And now we go back into the lead. Yes, wowzers me trousers. Back into the lead at Sochi, ahead of Hamilton and Vettel once again. Now, how is this going to affect Vettel's championship at the moment? Well, we'll find out at the end. As we accelerate forward now to the last lap of the race, we have managed to maintain the gap. But look at this, everyone. Oh, yellow flags. There's a car off the circuit. Who is it? Not quite sure. It's Antonio Giovinazzi. He's out of the race. But look at this. More importantly, Sebastian Vettel has got past Lewis Hamilton and he's now in 2nd place. So Lulu has dropped down to 3rd, Verstappen in 4th, and Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger on hard tyres, is in 5th position in, of course, that Renault car. So this is going to be great news for anyone who happens to be a Sebastian Vettel fan, because he's going to finish the race just behind the Hookster, and that's going to be good for his championship chances. Just a few more rounds left, of course, of this season 2 of the F1 2020 all seasons career. I've really got to shorten that. But anyway, round the final corners. Is Vettel going to get past us? I don't think he is, because there's not really any opportunity for Vettel to get past us. So we are going to cross the line and win the bloody race. Yes, get in there. Round the final corner, tuck it in tightly, and we got... Oh, that was close. But we do manage to cross the line in 1st place. Well done, Hookster. Well done indeed. Fantastic. And driver of the day goes to Lando Norris. And there is Zach Brown. Yes, Zach Brown. And there is Scott from Into the Barrier, famous F1 YouTuber to the stars. Doesn't do it anymore. He's got fed up. No. Anyway, there he is. There's the race winner, the Hookster. Look at him. So sprightly. So sprightly. Only 39 years old and still winning championship. And there is Into the Barrier Scott. Congratulating his mechanics. I don't know what he's doing as a McLaren mechanic. I've no idea. But there you go. So up onto the podium. There he is. There he is. Look at him. Look at him go. What is he now? 13 times world champion? 13 times world champion. His legacy is going to live forever. Well, at least on YouTube anyway. No one else really gives a shit about him. But anyway, yes, on YouTube, his legacy will live on and on and on and on and on until Dave gets his channel deleted. And then it will all be over. So there you go. Then let's have a look at the standings now. After that, Sebastian Vettel is in the lead of the championship. 6 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. We have rocket shipped up into 3rd position, just 72 points behind. We're not going to win this, of course, but we're going to get bloody close, and we are 2nd. So now let's go to the next round of the championship. It's time for the Japanese Grand Prix. Yes. And you can see that we have now got past Renault in the vehicle performance comparison chart. We are slap bang now right in the middle in terms of performance. So it's time to slap on some more parts onto our car to hopefully make it a little bit faster. Now it's time to move on, but before we could do that, we're going to go to an invitational race at Brazil. Oh my goodness. Oh, nerdgasm alert. Nerdgasm alert. We are driving the 1992 Williams FW14B as driven by Nigel Mansell. It's Mansell. It's Senna. It's Prost. Yes. Thank you, Murray. I can hear him in my head right now, Yes, this was quite possibly the car that seriously introduced me to Formula 1. I watched Formula 1 sporadically during the 88, 89, 90 season, 91 as well, little bit, but 92 was when I seriously devoted all my time, because I had a feeling that Nigel Mansell was going to win this championship, and win it he did in style. In fact, he was unbeatable. Yes, of course, it was the fastest and the best car with its active suspension, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he won the championship. So good on you, Nigel Mansell. That's what I say. Fan-bloody-tastic. Now let's see if we have finished our challenge. I think we have, as we're about to cross the line. See if we've completed it. And the answer to that is going to be a resounding yes. It was a time attack, and we finished it in good old Nigel's car that Seb was driving the other week. Yes, with biofuel in it. Oh God. Anyway, let's move on to Japan now. Oh God, just move. Before we move on, you can see it's going to be a wet race at Japan, but dry qualifying. That couldn't be a worse situation at Japan because of the curbs. You've got to be so careful anyway, and it's going to be... Oh God. Anyway, there you go. Let's move on. Practice has been completed. Some more resource points for our collection. We've now got 1,012, which we're going to spend because we always like to spend those points. Okay, so here we are at Japan. Unfortunately, this is not a circuit that the Hookster is very keen on. No, not indeed. And if you're a pad player, it's very, very difficult indeed going through those S sections. You really need a steering wheel. Well, we haven't got one of those, so we will continue with what we've got. Anyway, let's play to qualify. You can see, oh dear, 17th position at the moment. The Hookster, 17th place as we cross the line. We're going to improve. Oh, we have improved. 13th position. Well, I think I'll take that, in fact, at Japan, because... we don't do very well anyway. So anyway, we accelerate forward now to almost the end of qualifying, and we were slightly up on our deltas, but now we've lost it. So we're going to stay in 13th place, I do believe, as we cross the line. Yes, 13th still at the moment. Anyway, that is it now. Qualifying has now been completed, and we didn't manage to improve on our time. We have dropped out of 14th place, so we're going to stay in 14th. We'll go down even further. Let's have a look as we cross the line, and it's going to be a resounding... Oh, we stay in 14th position. Yeah, I'll take that at Japan because it's going to be rain anyway. So it's going to be a very difficult race. And only 12th for Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton got pole. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd place. Esteban Ocon in 3rd position. Okay then, let's do this.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at a wet and windy Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with Sector 1 likely to prove especially difficult in these conditions. We should see overtaking into turns 1 and 16 today, and maybe a few Kobayashi-style dives into the hairpin as well. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the captain. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ocon, Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Bottas and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Norris, Kimi Raikkonen, the captain, Russell, Magnussen, Antonio Giovinazzi and Carlos Sainz, Kvyat and Nick de Vries. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Well, this is weird. It's spitting with rain, but we're on dry tyres, which means it's obviously not laying, which is possibly what most of my girlfriends have always said. Anyway, let's move on. Let's say go, go, go. It's away we go. Oh, that was very, very tight there. Vettel almost got crushed into the wall by his own teammate Lando Norris as we go to turn 1. Unfortunately, there's no way for Hookster to do a dive, but he tries anyway on Pierre Gasly. Gets a wall-in collision with Stroll, I do, but I don't even know where Stroll is. He's behind Gasly. I don't know how he managed to do that. Anyway, fantastically, he has managed to get up into the points at Japan. It is raining. You can see it's raining, but it isn't enough to lay on the circuit, which means we are still on dry tyres. Very, very strange conditions at Japan, but it does, of course, happen sometimes. You know, it rains, but if the conditions are pretty humid, it's not enough for the rain to actually cause any problems with the circuit or even make it slippery. But it is pretty slippery out there at the moment, so we've got to be very careful on the curbs. Look at that. Pierre Gasly tried for a move there. Now what's he going to do? This is his only opportunity to try for a dive bomb, and he does it on 2 cars. Does he get through? Oh, racing point. Does he go for on the inside? Yes, he bloody well does. Oh, that was a great move there. Absolutely fantastic. Up now into 8th position for the Hookster. Under these difficult conditions where it's sort of raining but it's not, we are chasing Alexander Albon in the Red Bull car, who's currently ahead of us in 7th position. Leclerc just in front of him in 6th place as we now go down into the gorgeous 130R section down the hill of this circuit. Is he going to go for a move on Albon? Already on lap 1 with no DRS. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look if he does go. Is he going to do a switch back? Yes, he does. He switches down the inside of Albon. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful move. Look at this. Who said the Hookster cannot drive for shit? That is a beautiful move there from him. He sold him the dummy and it paid off in the end, and he's now up into 7th position. Yes, 7th place Hookster as we start lap 2 of this Grand Prix. Still chasing the car ahead, which is now Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari as we accelerate forward out to lap 3. Still chasing Leclerc. Unfortunately, the gap is now up to 1.2 seconds because we are losing time through these S's where we just cannot get grip in the car to try and catch up to the cars that are ahead of us. Albon still behind us in 8th position. He's now just over half a second to accelerate forward to lap 5. Still in 7th place. The gap now to Leclerc is now 2.1 seconds. So I think 7th place is about all we can hope for in this Grand Prix unless someone in front of us drops out or has a crash. So we continue now down the 130R section once more. Still ahead of Albon, over half a second. Here we go. We've got to be very, very careful on those curbs as we accelerate forward out to lap 6. Just going past the pits, and cars have now started to come in for their one and only pit stop. So we're going to gain a few positions now, up into 5th place. Verstappen's now the car ahead, 4 seconds ahead of us. Ocon in 3rd place, just ahead of him at the moment as we accelerate forward down to lap 7. So it's time for us to come in for our pit stop. We pit from 5th position. The cars ahead have also pitted. Verstappen's in, so is Ocon. So we'll see where we end up as we now travel down the pit lane. And our teammate apparently is in as well. Look at this. We're going to change onto the harder tyre. And there's Lando Norris. Oh, he's had to rack and stack. That's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate for Lando. He's had to rack and stack behind us. But there you go. It does happen sometimes. And we are going to rejoin in at the moment. We're still in the points. But there's cars coming past us. Well, the Ferrari's gone past. The Ferrari has gone past. What about the Red Bull? The Red Bull as well. Is he going to go? Oh, no, that was bloody tight indeed. But we managed to come out just in front of the Red Bull of Albon, Alexander Albon. So yes, we managed to hold on to 10th position. And I'll tell you what, in these conditions where it's still raining, it's pretty slippery on the circuit, and it's not a circuit that we like. I will take a single solitary championship point for this round any day of the week as we accelerate forward to lap 8. Coming past the pit stop, some cars have now come in for their pit stop, which means we're going to gain a few positions. Look at this car coming out. I think that was it was Bottas, I do believe, in the AlphaTauri, yes. So we're back into 7th place at the moment on lap 9. 7th position, still chasing Leclerc. He's still 2.5 seconds ahead of us though. About 3 Bottas now, 2 seconds behind on the hard tyres. We accelerate forward to lap 9, just going past pits again. And there's another car's coming. It's Antonio Giovinazzi, or Giovinazzi, whatever you want to call him. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we get past him. And we're up now to 6th position on lap 10, still chasing Leclerc, but he's got the gap up to 3.1 seconds. So we've got no chance on this earth of chasing and catching Charles Leclerc at the moment as we accelerate forward to lap 13. It's the last lap of the Grand Prix, as you can see. So it looks like we are going to finish. In fact, I'm quite surprised where we are going to finish, considering we started in 14th place. It looks like we are going to finish in 6th place. Charles Leclerc has now got the gap up to 7.6 seconds. And Sebastian Vettel has won the race. All Sebastian Vettel fans. Yes, very, very sad news announced this week, of course, that he's retiring from Formula 1 after the 2022 season. There you go, I've just dated the video now, but it doesn't matter, Anyway, here we go then, just about to cross the finish line for the final time and finish the race in 6th place. Well done, Hookster, well done indeed. Get in there.
That's the end of the race. We'll
Whew.
see you in Park
Well, that was some good races, I must admit. 1st and 6th. Yes, indeedy, Mr. And we get driver of the day as well. What an embarrassment of riches. Seriously. And here is Dodo Wolf, the Terminator. Is your name Sarah Connor? No, it's bloody well not. Shut up, you silly old senile bastard. Anyway, there is... I don't even know what that was. There is Sebastian Vettel, who won the race in the Mercedes car. There is famous F1 YouTuber Alex Gillian in the background. Look at him, 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 look at him. Look at him, look at him, look at him. And there's Max Verstappen. Look at him, look at him, look at him. Oh God, time for my medication. So there you go then, up onto the top step. There he is, there's Vettel, there's Lulu, and there's Daniel Ricciardo. Look at that, look at that. Is he going to be world champion? Well, we're just about to find out very, very soon, by the next few weeks anyway. And there goes the champagne over everyone. Well done, Seb. Well done indeed. So let's go to those all-important championship points and see where we are. Of course, 6 for the Hookster, which means we're now in 4th position. And Sebastian Vettel is now 12 points clear of Lulu. Look at this, everyone. 12 points clear of Lulu. Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd place. Our teammate Lando Norris is in 5th position. Way, way, way behind. And we're 2nd in the Constructors. So there you go, everyone. Another exciting episode of the All Seasons has been completed. Yes, fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. You have been awesome as always. And yes, of course, there will, of course, be more later.